Rev up your engines, race fans, because we have got some thrilling rumors rumbling through the world of motorsport. Rumors have it that Renault is considering selling their Alpine F1 team and instead focusing solely on being an engine supplier. Renault, who re-entered F1 in 2016, had high hopes of building on past successes and becoming a title contender once again. Their ambitious 100-race plan outlined a roadmap for the team to become increasingly competitive, with the ultimate goal of challenging the top contenders in 2024 championship. Looking at the current struggles experienced by their Alpine F1 team, it is clear that they have missed their target by quite some margin. Considering the state of Alpine and Renault's body language, it seems plausible that they are considering selling their team. And as we know, one man's misfortune is another man's opportunity. Renault's intention to sell their F1 team might open the door for Mario Andretti, who has been striving to enter F1 for some time now. Ever since Andretti Global announced their plan to join F1 as the 11th team in early 2022, the fan community has been supportive. Mario Andretti, a household name in motor racing who enjoyed success in F1 himself, and his motorsports organization Andretti Global, which has wins in IndyCar and Formula E, quickly became a beacon of hope for those seeking something new, an 11th team that would spice up the competition in F1 or at least change the current status quo. But the prospect of Andretti joining the F1 grid was not welcomed by everyone. As it turned out, there were many obstacles to overcome, and F1 politics is far more complex than initially thought. After their official announcement and application to join the F1 grid at the FIA, some teams in the paddock welcomed the application, like McLaren, while others were more critical. They shall remain unnamed for now. Initially, the addition of Andretti to F1 seemed simple, as outlined in a Concord Agreement, a contract between the F1 governing body FIA, the F1 commercial rights owners Formula One Group, and the F1 teams that defines, among other things, how TV revenue and prize money is distributed. A new team would have to pay $200 million anti-dilution fee to get their piece of the cake. Given that the FIA approves the application, one would think that Andretti would need to come up with $200 million and they are in. However, F1 has experienced an unexpected surge in popularity since the Concord Agreement came into power in 2021. The $200 million was an entrance fee to compensate the other teams for the losses in revenue, which would occur if an additional team joined. Prize money and commercial revenue would be divided by 11 instead of 10. Due to the increase in popularity, some teams suddenly felt that $200 million would be too little and even wanted to increase the sum to $600 to $700 million. In the meantime, the FIA considered Andretti's application and deemed them worthy in October 2023. Andretti put forward ambitious plans to build a factory in the US, shared pictures of their wind tunnel and F1 car model, and secured an incredible partnership with Cadillac to enter F1 as Andretti Cadillac. They aim to become the American team, as the current F1 grid is predominantly Italian, British or French, and Haas does not fulfill the rule of the American team despite its American owner. Still, FOM kept them waiting. They took their time to consider Andretti's application separately, and in January 2024 rejected Andretti's push to join F1 until at least 2028. They claimed, "Our assessment process has established that the presence of an 11th team would not, on its own, provide value to the championship. The most significant way in which a new entrant would bring value is being competitive. We do not believe that the applicant would be a competitive participant. We do not know if that verdict would have been any different if Andretti had received the invitation email from F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali, which unfortunately went straight into their spam folder. Coming back to today, Renault's consideration of selling Alpine might seem heaven sent for Andretti. While this is just a rumor and we should treat it carefully, Renault selling to Andretti would make sense in more than one regard. As for Andretti, they only have a vague promise of entry in 2028. FOM started in their rejection of the Andretti application. We would look differently on an application for the entry of a team into 2028 championship with a GM power unit, which sounds less like a guaranteed ticket into F1. Buying an existing team, which is a tradition in F1 for a long time, would allow Andretti to join F1 without any of these obstacles and without needing to wait until 2028. As for Renault, it makes sense too. As the rumors claim, Renault could then focus on their engine. The new engine regulations coming into place in 2026 will be a great opportunity for Renault to produce a strong power unit. Andretti would need an engine supplier until 2028 anyway, until GM takes over as the engine supplier for Andretti. This would secure Renault their place as an engine supplier until at least 2028, as no other team than their works team Alpine currently uses a Renault power unit. Furthermore, the profits from selling their F1 team could be reinvested into R&D and their factory, focusing on developing a solid and competitive power unit under the 2026 regulations might attract new customer teams, making more sense for Renault from a business standpoint. As with rumors, we can only guess and try to make sense of the information we have. What do you think or hope will happen? Do you believe the rumors are true? Leave us a comment below. So racing fans, let's keep our eyes on the track and our hopes high as we wait to see if Mario Andretti will make his mark in Formula 1. Here's to the next chapter in the incredible story of a racing legend who's always ready for the next challenge.